Brock Purdy, the 2022 NFL Mr. Irrelevant, the last pick of the NFL draft to the San Francisco 49ers. In 2022, he made the all-rookie team. And in 2023, he was the passer rating leader, and he made a Pro Bowl. But his stats, he has a 23-13 record as a starter. He's 67.5% completion rating for his career. And he has a 64-27, which is a 2.37% touchdown to interception ratio. And he's 4-2 in the playoffs. So his playoff record's pretty nice. And those numbers that I have listed are only regular season numbers. But I tell you all this because Brock Purdy's on the last year of his rookie deal.
Yeah,
the San Francisco 49ers have to decide something. Do they pick up a fifth option? Or, well, I don't think you can pick up a fifth option. I think he was drafted too late. Isn't that how that works?
No, he doesn't, because the only fifth-year options go for first-round draft picks.
That's what I was about to say. Only
that's a fifth-year club option.
That's right.
Now, he's an unrestricted free agent. They can put the franchise tag on him. And the franchise tag, who's the highest-paid quarterback in the league right now?
Dak.
All right, so I can't remember how the franchise works for, but you're going to be paid roughly like between the top.
It's top five.
Top five or top
it's
three?
Top five. Position. I think it's top five.
I don't know if they want to swallow that whole thing because 1 year's, let's talk about 60 plus million.
Possibly. I mean, Dak has like an 80 or 90 million cap hit.
He got a cap hit. He got a ridiculous
It's
cap
crazy.
Hit.
It's crazy.
The thing about that, and we were talking about this my last meeting, they can restructure Dak's deal where the cap hit won't hit that hard, but they would have to give Dak a lot of that money up front. Like, and work it out as a roster bonus, new league year bonus, off-season workout bonus, just to take his cap hit from being that high. It might be worth it, though, just to, it'll free up some cash. Because they're going to have to pay Micah in a little bit.
I mean, you're right. But to Brock Purdy, Nate, you have to decide whether you want to keep him or get rid of him. And I played a little bit of a couple Madden franchises in the new Madden. And I know this isn't entirely accurate, but I do want to point this out. The 49ers have not re-signed Brock Purdy in any of them that I have played. But you get into the thing of Kyle Shanahan has made a system in San Fran where a quarterback can come and plug and play. That's it. They just go and plug and play. And Kevin O'Connell has almost a similar system in Minnesota, what we saw with Sam Darnold, which is why the Vikings are not going to re-sign Sam Darnold, because it's a plug-and-play system. These offensive-minded coaches have now,
They're not going to re-sign Sam?
No. He's a free agent. He's a free agent because they want to roll with McCarthy.
But they could get draft capital for Sam.
No, they can't. They only signed him for a 1-year deal.
They can go ahead and restrict. They can make him a priority or restrict or franchise tag him. Somebody will be desperate to.
I just think you let him go. I mean, it's just too much for that, because if you do all that franchise tagging and stuff, then you have to pay money and then this stuff, and then you can get draft capital that might not be what you want. It's too much of a risk. There's people that see that the Vikings aren't going to roll with Darnold. They're going to be desperate, and somebody's going to be like, okay, well, we're going to try to get him for cheap. And that's how it's going to roll. But the thing with Brock Purdy is, does he get re-signed? We don't have to talk about numbers. I don't know the specific numbers. But let's just talk about the fact of re-signing, and we can visit this topic later at a later time if it occurs. But back to my point, Kyle Shanahan has made, which is the head coach of the 49ers, has made a perfect plug-and-play system for any quarterback. You saw the success right. Jimmy G had, And then what happened when Jimmy G went to the Rams? It's
No, it
horrible.
wasn't the Rams.
Or the
It wasn't
Raiders.
the
The
Rams.
Raiders. It was the
It was the
Raiders.
Raiders first, if I'm
Yeah,
not
it was
mistaken.
horrible. It was the Raiders. It was horrible. And then he went to the Rams. I mean,
Um,
they signed him to that big deal. The Raiders did. This big deal. And he was just bad because he does not have the security of a Shanahan plug-and-play system. So, Nate, is it smart to re-sign Brock Purdy because you know that's what works? Or do you go the Jimmy G route and say, hey, your time is done here. You did what you're supposed to, and we're going to find another one to plug and play. Seventh round draft pick. Keep in mind,
I
the
don't
last
think
pick of the draft.
I don't think you no, you got to re-sign him at least to a 1 year deal, because this team, he the offense runs with him. Um, hey, wait a minute now. If Atlanta get rid of Kirk Cousins, that's something you could look at. That's something you could look at. But I mean, eh, I would keep Brock Purdy out there because there's familiarity. You know, Kyle Shanahan, you know how to call a game to keep him, keep him clean. Um, with the running game and all the weapons there, all he has to do is, I hate to say this, and I don't mean no disrespect to his craft or his skill set. It's all he has to do is manage the game. If you want to be honest, um, he has to do is manage the game, and I would give him an opportunity to resign. Now, I'm not going to resign him for no big. I would give him a 1 year prove it to me deal where he has to take that next step in the Shanahan offense. And I'm talking about put up crazy numbers on top of them running the ball very well. He has to be able to throw the ball and be viewed as a top 10 quarterback. But the problem is, in that Kyle Shanahan offense, are we going to say that it's his talent, or it's the talent around him, or his play caller in Kyle Shanahan?
I mean, you saw
That's
what
the
happened. You saw what happened when McCaffrey went down. He just wasn't as good. I
he
mean, you
wasn't.
don't even make the playoffs this year with the injury, and there was a lot of injuries. But at the same token, when Shanahan's system is up here, so is his QB. When it's not, the QB doesn't perform as well. So if we're looking at it as a plug and play system, and his system isn't top notch, his quarterback's not going to be top notch. Think about it. He drafted a quarterback, third overall in Trey Lance in 2021, I think, the year before Brock Purdy. Did nothing with him. Did nothing with him because he thought that was going to be his guy. Then he drafted Brock Purdy in the 7th round, last pick of the
Yep.
2022 draft. And it ended up clicking. You get somebody the top 3 pick, and you get somebody the dead last pick. And you have more success with the dead last pick. Do you not have more success in anybody in between?
I
You don't think you could just draft another quarterback to take his
No,
spot?
no. Because it's going to be repetition. Him have to get thrown in the fire, not being able to going through the rookie ups and downs. No, if that's the case, you go find a suitable veteran that you can come and plug in and play with this team, that has seen the exotic blitz looks and everything, that knows how to command the offense and calm offense down, that can run a 2 minute offense or a 4 minute offense, that can dissect the pre-snap defense and reads, and then go ahead and flip his progressions once it goes from a two high to a single high, or maybe a single high to a two high. It's not going to be that plug and play or a rookie quarterback. No, it's going to be a veteran, possibly. So if you have something in Brock Purdy, this team just went to the Super Bowl a year ago. They were hit by the injury bug. I'm not seeing, if you're going to go get another quarterback, that lets me know that you are basically, you're closing shop, that you don't think that you guys are going to start to rebuild. You guys are going to start rebuilding because you don't think that you guys are that same team that you were a year ago. Which, give it, every team changes year in and year out, but this team still has the nucleus of their skilled players. Good defense. Robert Saleh is back, so that defense is going to be that much better. You can get C-Mac, they're healthy. You can get Ricky Pearson, Debo Samuel, Brandon Ayuk healthy. Trent Williams come back hungry as ever. Kyle Juszczyk, you have an offense that can compete with the likes of Philadelphia and the Detroit Lions. Let's not hit the kill switch yet.
Well, let me make the decision pretty black and white for you.
Give it to me.
You keep Brock Purdy, or you do the same scenario. Rob just said, hey, Kirk Cousins might be done in Atlanta. There's a bunch of veteran free agent quarterbacks right now.
Cost?
Sam Darnold.
What's it going to cost for Kirk?
It probably for Kirk, it'll cost less than this will be a Russell Wilson situation in Denver if they were to get Kirk Cousins. It'd be almost the same thing because all they have to pay is a salary. And the majority of his money is a signing bonus. His guaranteed money. All they have to pay is a salary. So let's think about it like this. You do the same scenario you did with Brock Purdy. Veteran quarterback, rookie QB under him. Or you keep Brock Purdy.
I'm keeping Brock Purdy. I'm keeping Brock Purdy just because he's been there with the offense. You have a rapport with him in play calling. No, I don't take no chance.
I agree with not taking the chance. No, I'm going to disagree. Here, real quick, before I get into the next thing. This is the thing you have to look at, Nate. You have a rookie quarterback and Brock Purdy, who you're not paying very much because he's a 7th round draft pick. If you get somebody the same deal, day 2, day 3, you're not going to have to pay him much. But if you get a veteran quarterback in and you don't have to teach him the ways. You don't have to teach him how to play football. He knows how to play football. He's been doing it for years. The thing with Brock Purdy, you just won 5-6 games and missed the playoffs. You now have the number 11th pick in the NFL draft, if I'm not mistaken. You are already in rebuild mode. On face value, you're in rebuild mode. Why not go ahead and go with it? You're in rebuild mode right now. I understand, hey, you just went to a Super Bowl a year ago. Roster's changed in 2 years, Nate. And you just won 6 games. You didn't beat the Arizona Cardinals in your division. Why not rebuild? This is your chance. Grab the veteran off free agency. Get you a rookie quarterback.
Did you really have to do that? Did you really have to go there?
The rookie quarterback this class is not deep at all.
No, it's not. No,
if Shanahan found a guy in Purdy in the 7th round, I guarantee you he can find a guy in this quarterback class. So keep that in mind.
Okay.